Okay. So last week we saw from Philippians 1, 12, 13, and 14. So let's review these. Philippians 1, 12. Yeah. So if you remember, you can talk about what we drew. What is this on the left that we drew? So
The
this is the
left
past.
page of that, so Paul is preaching the gospel and he goes to different places and preaches. So this is
Yeah,
before he got chained.
yeah, yeah. We share God's love. Yeah, like that.
And then after he got chained, then people are coming from different places and getting to know God. And so we drew like they're coming with a black heart and then going with a pink heart. So
Yeah,
means they go learn about God from Peter and I mean Paul and come back.
yeah,
And so even the palace guards, so when they exchange, then they also get to know about God.
yeah. One peculiar person in the prison, so they get to know. Okay. Yeah, in verse 13, what did we see? So not just that, but yeah, what did we draw in verse
Also,
13?
that
Hmm.
Peter is not in prison because he hurt someone or he stole or he spoke wrong words or he did anything else wrong. But he's there in chains because he loves Jesus.
Mm, mm. Yeah, and the palace guards are watching him and saying, oh, this, we've never had a prisoner like this. We've had only people who do wrong things uh, and get caught. But Paul, this is Paul, not Peter. Paul is different. He's happy inside and he's also helping us. The palace guards thought. Okay, verse 14.
So in verse 14, it's like uh, because of Paul, many people also are like confident and ready to go and preach the gospel. And so the orange thumbs up is for confidence, and the black face that we crossed out, that's for no fear. So all these people are fully confident and they're going to preach the gospel. But the person on the left top corner that we drew is like not confident. So that's thumbs down and he's full of fear. So he can't go to preach like that.
Yeah, there were some people like that also. Not everybody got encouragement by looking at Paul.
So it's like
Some people,
most people.
yeah. And they went to so many different places. So Paul was stuck, but these people could go to different places, right? So let's jump into today's passage. Okay, so today it's a different theme. Yeah. So everybody is preaching Christ, but for various reasons. So something like that, Paul, uh, okay, Paul would say, and Paul is trying to encourage himself. Okay, so let's read about it. Okay, today is 11. Okay, right. So Philippians 1:15. Is it true? Okay, it is true. Sorry. It is true that some people preach Christ, out of envy and rivalry, but others out of goodwill. Okay, so there are various reasons why people share Christ. Um, for anything for that matter. So we have friends, we have people around us, and people do various things for various reasons. Yeah. So like uh, so like that, Paul is saying some people are talking about Jesus, but for different reasons, out of envy. What's envy? Hmm? How do we understand the word envy?
It's similar to jealousy.
Okay. Yeah. So Paul is doing something and he has a crowd behind him and he's popular. Everybody gets to know, you know, and so that creates some sort of sensation in other people's mind. Paul is popular. Oh, how come he became popular? He was not a good person earlier.
Also, Paul, other people might also become proud of themselves, that they become very popular.
Yeah. Uh, Yeah, but before they became popular, they envy Paul. Oh, he has a crowd. Oh, he's popular. Oh, he everybody is going to him. So they envy. So envy comes when we look at somebody and think, oh, he has, I don't have. Oh, he is getting, I'm not getting. You know? So that's envy. And what's rivalry? Hmm?
Like competing,
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah, competition. So we think, oh, Paul and me are in a competition to maybe have a crowd, bigger crowd, or maybe share God to more people. Hmm? So, what is wrong with these two things? Envy and rivalry. Okay, let's put it in simple words. Um, Looking at Paul and uh, okay, is there a word, easy word for envy? Mm, Thinking that why not me? Hmm? Why Paul?
Jealousy,
It's what? Jealousy?
jealousy.
Yeah. Why Paul? That kind of feeling. Rivalry can be competition. Yeah. Okay. So are these two things okay?
No,
No.
because in other places also it says that we should not compare ourselves to anyone except God.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is a lot like comparing, and so we're like, oh, he has 100 people, I should have 1,000 people.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah. So why do these people do that? Envy and rivalry. Why can't they just preach Christ? You said it? Yeah. They're looking at other.
Because when they come to meet them, then they see that this person has more of this. I want also this. So
Mm,
that becomes envy.
mm, yeah. When we ask questions, what about me? Then these kind of thoughts come in. So, oh, he has a nice house. What about me? Oh, he has a nice, what, even pencil box. What about me? Oh, he has a nice bag. What about me? So like that.
These
Um,
people, they don't actually preach for uh, making other people know about God. They preach because they want to become popular. Or,
Mm,
those kind of reasons.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We also get those thoughts, no? But we should, what is the right thing to do? We should focus on what, how do we avoid envy and competition in anything we do, especially sharing God's love, but yeah, in anything we do, how do we avoid envy and competition?
We shouldn't compare ourselves with other people.
Yeah, look straight, don't look side. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Hmm? What do you have? Oh, okay. So look straight or look up. No? So, okay. I'm in need of this. I'm going to get this. And this much is enough for me. And that is not needed for me. Oh, he has a fancy thing. Let him enjoy. If he likes it, let him enjoy. No, I don't need it. Okay. So like that. Yeah. So let's get back to this. But there is some good news. There is a but in the verse. But others out of goodwill, meaning goodwill could be good intentions. Mhm. So there were some people who were sharing God's love out of good intentions. So, like in the previous passage we read, we showed people going out of good intentions. Okay, so let's start drawing. How can we draw? Ideas to draw? I'm going to start drawing Paul. Paul is in prison. Okay. Uh,
So
hmm,
we can draw like three parts of the screen after drawing ball. And then so one part will be envy, other part rivalry, and then goodwill.
okay. How do we show envy?
Um,
Maybe we can show like Paul as like let's say 100 people, and
Mhm.
then the other person comes and then think
they
they
think
want
of
they
thousand
think of
people.
1,000 people or something more than that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's do that. So I'm gonna draw Paul one. Okay, I think I have to draw Paul at least two times because there is comparison in both envy and rivalry. Okay, see. So Paul is here. Okay, let's draw Paul sitting. He is stuck in a place. So we did this similar pose last time also. Okay, so he is tied to a place. He's just sitting. He cannot move.
What about his mustache or
Oh yeah,
whatever that?
beard. We were drawing his beard. Yeah, I'm coming to that. But Paul is happy. Yeah, so but he's tied. His legs are tied. His hands are tied. Probably. Okay. Let's draw another person, maybe with a different color. Okay, let's take green. So this is our person who envies. Okay. Now both have a pink heart. Hmm? Or I suppose it's not very clear if the other person also has a pink heart. Let's assume pink heart people also can feel like this. Um, they have started a relationship with God, but have sidetracked or probably started having wrong intentions. That's possible. Um, but yeah, it's more true with hypocrites. It's very common. It's natural for hypocrites. But I think it has to be hypocrites. Okay, so let's draw hypocrites. Um, it's it's not supposed to be found among pink hair people, but mm, some of them feel things for a while and then come back to God. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's draw some group of people next to Paul. How do we draw? Okay, I'm just going to draw some sticks. There's lots of people next to Paul. It's like grass or what? Okay, or should we just draw people? Hmm? It looks like grass for me. Okay, just going to draw some people. I think that's better.
We can maybe draw a few people and then put
Yeah,
some dots in front of that.
yeah, I was thinking. That makes no sense. Okay. Okay. I'll just number them 1, 2, 3, and 100. Mhm. Okay, so people, yeah, Paul is very popular. And let's say there are so many people around him, and everybody gets to know God. Okay, yeah, some people, okay, there will be some people who do not know God yet. Yeah, okay, anyhow. So Paul is popular and they all love him also. Put a red heart next to them. And these hypocrites are watching Paul and saying, "Oi, what is this? Hmm, I also want." Okay. Next to them, there is only one or two people. That's it. One, two. And let's say both are hypocrites. Hmm? Or, okay. It's also possible that both of these followers have actually found God. It's possible. Okay, let's say these two are pink. Okay. So how is it possible that hypocrites can guide somebody to know God? Is it possible?
No.
Okay. It's actually possible.
But it could be like before they were of Christ, but then they taught, but then they became a hypocrite.
No, while they're hypocrites also, God can use them. God can actually use anything, anybody, yeah, to to catch somebody for himself.
So how
Yeah.
can you have a pink heart if you're following the devil?
This person has preached Christ. So this person has preached, at least theoretically, not from his heart, but God has used that to work in these people's hearts. So that's possible. That's very much possible. That happens often. So the preacher, God can speak through a donkey, God can speak through wind and uh, ocean, waves, and etc. etc. God can speak through stones. God can speak through anybody. There are so many prophets in the Bible who were not good, who were bad prophets, and God used them. You know, Judas also went for preaching. Judas went, preached Christ. There were other people who were not right. Uh, you know, Ananias, Sapphira, uh, the people who sold the land and did not give everything, they told lies. So there were people like that always who continue to work, share God's love, but they were not right with God inside. So God uses, but yeah, we'll get to that question. Yeah. So does that mean it is okay for them to be like that since God uses them? Okay, I'm drawing envy. I
No.
can keep answering. No, of course not. So God can use people in any state, but that doesn't mean they can. It's okay for them to remain in that state. Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to think how to draw envy. Hmm, okay. I think we will leave it there. Rivalry. So rivalry is some kind of competition. They think there is a competition. Okay. So let's draw okay, the division here. So let's draw some track. Okay. And they think they are running with Paul and they have to finish the race ahead of Paul. Okay, so this is our fellow Paul, and they think they have to go ahead. Okay, so Paul is running or walking, but the other person thinks I have to go ahead. Okay, so he wants to go, some kind of finish line, he thinks. Okay, so he wants to go first. Okay, ahead of Paul. So yeah, say this is the starting line. So they think they have to go ahead. There is some competition. Yeah. Okay. So let's draw all this big heart and these fellows. Oh, hypocrites. Okay. Right. That is out of envy. Okay. But we read a third group of people who are good. So let's take Brown, and they have a good heart, and they preach Christ for all the right reasons. They have no envy. They are not in competition with Paul, but they love Jesus, and they have a pink heart, and they are only encouraged by Paul. So they are not they don't have jealousy. Wow, God is using Paul. That's amazing. Wow. So Paul was not a good person earlier, but God is using. That's fantastic. They're happy that Paul has started. Paul took a U-turn, now preaching Christ. Yeah. So they are so happy. Okay, yeah. So that's verse 1. Okay, we've hit 30 minutes. Okay, so let's jump to verse 2. Okay, so verse 1 sets the context. Okay, 16. The latter do so out of love, knowing that I'm put here for the defense of the gospel. Okay, the latter meaning the last one that we discussed, the one doing things out of goodwill, okay, is doing so out of love. Okay, so out of love for God, out of love for Paul, love for all fellow believers. Yeah, uh, as a family, he's doing it. Okay, knowing that I am put here for the defense of the gospel, meaning what? Paul was tied for what? For the defense of the gospel, meaning because he tried to defend the gospel, because he tried to tell others, reason with others that for this reason, uh, Jesus came and that is right. Okay, and this is the gospel, this is the good news, and this is the right thing. Everybody should do it like that. He was captured and he was put in chains. Okay, yeah. So he was put here for the defense of the gospel. So because he was sharing God's love, he was caught and put in chains. And they know that, they understood that fully well. So they continue to share God's love with love. Okay. Okay. So let's draw Paul a little more explicitly this time. So let's draw Paul standing for a change. Okay. And okay. So I think we've drawn Paul defending the gospel earlier. So let's do this time a little differently. For gospel, what symbol did we use? I think it was, did we use a symbol?
I think it was a gift box.
Gift box, is it?
I think gift box with Jesus inside.
Oh,
No,
okay.
that was like grace or something. Just a gift box.
Oh, just
Okay. Okay. So let's do that. I think let's do gift box with Jesus inside. That makes sense. Okay. So in case we did not decide, I think this is a good symbol. But just gift box alone would be grace. Box with Jesus inside makes sense. It can. It's gospel. A gift. And the gift is Jesus. Yeah, okay. So this is the gift box. So this is the gospel. Okay. And Paul is trying to defend this gospel. So let's say he has a shield like this. Okay, let's do it in 3D. So this is the shield that he's carrying. Okay. And he's defending the gospel. There are others. Okay. Uh, he is protecting the gospel. He's saying what I'm doing is right. Okay, and because of this, he's put in chains. So he's tied because of this. Okay, and even when he's tied, he's still defending the gospel. That's amazing. Hmm? We get to whine and complain, but Paul is happy and is defending the gospel. Okay, so he's chained and he's tied. Okay, and he is happy. Okay, okay. Knowing this, what those people are doing, they are sharing God's love happily out of love. Okay, okay. So they have a pink heart. Okay, so out of love, so lots of. Okay, I think I will take this. Lots of uh red hearts. Okay, so because they love God and they love Paul, they are doing it. Okay, so we'll have to do so out of love. Okay, yeah, okay. So that should be enough for 16, I think. So 16, yeah. So do, we should share God's love. Okay, let's also show that they're sharing God's love. So we should share God's love out of love, not out of envy, and not out of competition. Not looking at others and say, oh, that person has already shared God's love with somebody. Oh, I should also do it. Okay, no. Uh, you you want to do it, you do it. You love God, you do it. Right? So love for God should be the only reason. Love for others and love for God. Yeah. Because we love God, because we love others. Okay, let's also show that. Love for whom? So God's love, love for God. Yeah. They love God deeply and they love others deeply. They love Paul as well. So probably different, uh, three, not different, okay, three different groups of people. Okay, so they loved God, they loved Paul, and they loved other groups of people also. So let's show them purple maybe. Okay, it's gonna draw tiny sets here. So maybe three, and all these have black heart. So okay, so these people do not know God yet, and so there is love for these people as well. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. So that's why they are sharing God's love. Okay, verse 17. Okay, the former preach Christ. Okay, so now it's about these two, the first two options. The former preach Christ out of selfish ambition. not sincerely, supposing that they can stir up trouble for me while I'm in chains. Okay, so first reason Paul is saying they are preaching out of selfish ambition. Okay, so what are selfish ambitions? Hmm? Having an ambition, is it good or bad? It's good, right? You have an aim, you have a goal, you plan. That's good, right? But what is not good? Hmm? What is
Have a
self
wrong ambition.
wrong ambition is not good. Okay. When can ambition be wrong?
Uh, Only for me, like I want to do this for my benefit.
Okay. Is
That
it
kind of
wrong?
thing.
Why is it wrong? Okay. Let's
Um,
say, and I'll give you an example. So I want to become rich. Is that a wrong ambition?
no, that's not wrong in itself. But if you say I want to become rich because I want to be able to travel around and tell others about God, that is fine. But if you say wrong, I mean, I want to be rich because I just want to travel around and take photos and blah, blah, blah. Like, I
And
mean,
become proud of themselves that I went to this
Okay.
this place. I got this. I have this.
Okay. Yeah. So for puffing up your own self, if you have ambitions, then yeah, that's a waste. No, it's not useful for anybody. Yeah. Is it useful for you, for the person? If say I have an ambition, a selfish ambition, and I think, yeah, I am benefiting anyhow. Yeah, it's only going to puff up our head, our self. No. Um, we're going to become more proud and we're going to destroy ourselves. Any ambition should serve uh, people around, should serve God, should serve people around. Yeah. So otherwise, it's a selfish ambition. And not sincerely, meaning half-heartedly. So whenever you mix something with something, your your sincerity will not be there. It will be half-hearted. It will be, I want to do I want to follow God, but only half. That's why we do hypocrite, no? It's half pink and half black. Yeah. Supposing that they can stir up trouble. Okay, so what is their objective? Okay, we are not able to get two people or make two people into four people following us. But what can we do? We can try and reduce his crowd. Yeah, that we can easily do. They think like that, you know. Stir up trouble for me while I am in chains. Okay? Well, so let's draw. There are 3 points. Three: selfish ambition, not sincerely, and supposing they can stir up trouble. Okay? Okay. If you have ideas, you can share. Okay, so I'll start drawing. Hmm. Okay, so let's draw selfish ambition. Okay. So these people, oops. So whatever goals they have, that's gonna do what? That's gonna just puff up themselves. Okay. Mm, so let's just draw like this. So they wanna go up like this. Okay, so level one, level two, level three. Okay, and that does what? That okay. That is for themselves. Hmm? Okay, they have another goal. Hmm. One, two, three. Okay, and this is again for whom? For themselves. Another goal. One, two, three. Okay, and this is also for them. So what's gonna happen to them? So they're gonna puff up nicely. Their head is gonna become big. Their heart is gonna become big. Their body is gonna become big. And they're gonna be very, very proud. They're gonna have a big black. Okay, so let's draw the regular black heart and pink heart. And so this black heart and pink heart is gonna become what? Gonna puff up nicely, and it's gonna become a big black heart. That's gonna happen. That's what is gonna happen because of selfish ambitions. I'll just color this. Color, color inside as well. So it's gonna happen if we have selfish ambitions. Okay, yeah, and not sincerely. Okay, so next thing, let's focus on their heart now. So yes, they have a hypocrite heart. So that we're gonna show um okay. So let me draw their heart like this, and let's draw pink outside. Pink is outside, just like a coating layer. Okay, but inside they think they have love for God, but that love for God is how much? Little bit, yeah. And the rest of it is all their ambition for themselves, for me, for myself. How can I do it? Huh? Like that. Can I make it bigger? Okay, this big. Okay. So like this. So their heart, only little bit they understand God. Very little. Okay. And they're not sincere in what they do. They have wrong attitudes, wrong ambitions in their heart. Yeah, so they're not sincere. It's not wholehearted love for God. It is half-hearted or quarter-hearted. Okay. Okay. Supposing that they can stir up trouble for whom? For Paul. Paul is already in chains. So let's draw Paul. Just something like this. Paul is happy, but Paul is being tied. So what is their agenda? Their agenda is to reduce Paul's fame, reduce Paul's crowd. Okay, so somehow bring trouble for Paul. Okay, so these people are actually preaching Christ, but not for the good reasons, but to bring trouble to Paul. So, um, okay, bring trouble to Paul. Okay, so they're trying to throw in everything they can, you know, and bring trouble. So they think they can put Paul into confusion, you like that. They think they can stir up trouble, stir up, like mixing something and cause all the particles when we put, say, some coffee powder and mix it, so all the particles will go to all the places. So something like that. Stir up trouble and cause a lot of confusion. Yeah. Okay. So on the next few verses, next week, we will see how Paul handled it. That's fantastic. So now we saw what's happening. Yeah. So this is what is happening. And Paul is explaining what is happening. So some people uh, preach out of envy, some people preach out of rivalry, competition, others preach out of goodwill. Goodwill people preach because they love, they love God, they love Paul, they love other people, knowing that I am defending God's love, and because of that, I am in chains. But other people, they focus on themselves. Everything should come back to them. They want to be puffed up, and they don't have a sincere heart. They claim they have God's love, but that's very little. They, they don't have clean ambitions, and they want to bring trouble to Paul. They want to throw all sorts of trouble at Paul. Yeah. Okay. So what do we learn? We should be like the good people, the ones who share God's love out of love, and we should not get into any sort of envy, any sort of uh, competition with other people of God, not with other worldly people also, but here it's specifically the lesson that we learn. When somebody is doing something for God, we are different. Everybody is unique, so we need not be them. We need not copy them. We need not try to outperform them. We do what we can, what God has guided us. God has what talents God has given us. We use them, we enjoy them, and we love them, love others who are doing many other things or the same thing that we are doing, but better, or in a different way. Okay, so there is no better. So we all do what we can, and God is not going to measure how better you're doing. God is going to measure what? This heart, is it fully red? Yeah. Is it fully pink? That is what God is going to measure. God is not going to measure how much you do. That is not the point. Okay, any questions? Do you have questions? Okay, let's pray. Dear God, we thank you for today. We, we saw but two different groups of people who preach Christ. Some don't, some do for good reasons, some do for not so good reasons. Pray that we will um, avoid any source of such bad reasons, selfish ambition, envy, competition. pray that we lift our eyes on you, keep our eyes on you, look straight and not compare. Thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.